Yo guys, Codelife here. So in today's video guys, I'm going to be covering and explaining all of CRR's updated settings, controller binds and peripherals that he's currently using to play Fortnite in Chapter 2, Season 2. If any of you guys watching this don't know who Chris or CRR is, by the way, you really should. As for one, he's probably one of the best control players in the game right now, in my opinion. That's not an exaggeration either. Literally, check out this clip on screen.
Can I RPG heavy snipe someone maybe?
No, but we're gonna RPG this. We're gonna heavy snipe into this box. Ready? We're gonna heavy snipe in the box right in front of us, right? Ready?
Yeah. 3, 2, 1.
Good shit.
Like, how did I not get a kill?
Okay, floppers.
As you all seen there, the guy is an absolute god, and the second reason I've got for why you should all know who he is, well, because he's Metro's duo partner. That might sound like a bad reason to know about him, like because it's through someone else, but trust me, it really isn't, because the two of them together, they are so good together, I can't even describe it. Just check out these recent duo Cash Cup results on screen right now, guys, and I'll let all of them results literally speak for themselves. From all of those first places, you can see they're absolute beasts, and they're definitely up there as one of the best duo teams in Europe, again, in my opinion. But yeah, I'll be covering pretty much everything regarding CRR's Fortnite setup in this video, and when I do say everything, I truly mean that. We'll be checking out all of his settings from the colorblind mode he's using to literally what he's got attached to his controller, and you don't want to miss that, guys. It's one of the craziest things I've ever seen. Before we do go ahead though and start this video off, I want to quickly say that if this video does help any of you out, then be sure to leave a like on it, as that would help me out. If you do happen to be new to the channel too, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any future uploads. And as well as that, if you would like to support me or CRR directly, you can use either his code, which is CRR, or my code, Codelife, in the Fortnite item shop. By using either one of our codes in the store, guys, you'll be helping us out a ton whenever you do purchase any skins. So if you do, go ahead and do that. Thank you all so much. Now though, let's begin with taking a look at Chris's Fortnite settings, starting off with his video settings first. So for these, his window mode is set to full screen, his resolution is set to 1920 by 1080, and his frame rate limit cap is set to 240 FPS, which matches his monitor's refresh rate. For his brightness, he's got this set to the default one, which is 100%. His user interface contrast is on default as well, that's 1x. And for his colorblind mode, he's got that set to Protonope on the strength number 10. I know that a few of you may be thinking that he's using this specific colorblind setting as a visual advantage, like we've seen with pros using Deuteranope, but no guys, in Chris's case here, he's actually using this because he is naturally colorblind. For the rest of his graphic quality settings, he's got everything turned off / turned to low. His DirectX version is on DX11, he's got show FPS on, and allow multi-threaded rendering is turned off. Next, we've got his game settings. For these, Chris has his sprint by default turned on, auto open doors turned on, tap to search on, auto sort consumables to the right on, and his confirm edit on release is turned off. Also, for his HUD options, Chris has the reticle ammo indicator turned off, and his HUD is set to 65%. Next are his controller options. For these, Chris is using the exponential look control setting, and these are the sensitivities that he's got configured to it. His build and edit modes are both set to 2.2x. He's got his X sense set to 75%, and his Y sense set to 71%. His turn and boost ramp time is on 0.20 seconds. For his ADS options, both his horizontal and vertical speeds are on 16%, and his ADS turn and boost ramp time is on 0.20 seconds. For his controller dead zone, his move stick is on 10%, and his look stick is on 8%. Next, we've got Chris's audio settings. For these, his music and cinematics are on 0, his voice chat is on 50%, and his sound effects are on 80%. I'm pretty sure as well for these guys, he is using a slight bass boost. I could be wrong on this, but from what I've heard on his stream, it does sound like he does have a very slight bass boost going on, which if you guys do want to have that same bass boost going on yourselves, you can do that easily by following my tutorial on screen right now. It'll make your game sound very similar to this. Again, to get that sound, feel free to check out my tutorial in the description below. Moving on guys, I'll now show you all of CRR's updated controller binds. One thing to mention here as well guys, before I do show them all, is that Chris is currently using 2 paddles on the back of his controller. He's got the left paddle bound to jump, and he's got the right paddle bound to confirm edit / selecting his builds. Moving on yet again guys, we'll now take a look at all of the peripherals that CRR is currently using as we speak. So, starting off with his controller, Chris is currently using a 6-year-old Scuff 1 controller in the colour black. That's right guys, I'm being full on serious here. This is what that controller looks like on screen, and as you can see here, he has kept it in fairly good condition, except from the back paddles. You'll notice that they are unfortunately gone, as according to Chris, they were dropped down the toilet. Rest in peace, CRR's Scuff paddles. All's not lost though, as he did end up getting some zip ties and gluing those on the back to act like paddles. I have no idea how he did end up managing doing this, but they work, so they did end up coming clutch for him. So now what the situation is he's legit using zip ties as paddles on the back of his Scuff controller. How insane is that? But yeah, for the grip style on this modified Scuff controller, he's actually using just a standard grip. There's no fancy grips going on like claw or anything like that. Chris just uses and holds the controller in a standard way. Also, he does not use any control freaks. His thumbsticks are just the default ones that came with the Scuff, and the whole controller itself is default. It's just the black Scuff one. Next up, we've got Chris's monitor. For this, he's using the BenQ Zowie XL2546, which is a 240Hz monitor. And for Chris's headset, he's using the HyperX Cloud 2s. And yeah, that's all of CRR's peripherals covered. Now, let's check out all of his gaming PC specs. And yeah guys, that's all I've got for today regarding Chris or CRR's Fortnite settings, controller binds and peripherals for today. If this video was helpful or useful in any sort of way guys, please drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and use either code CRR or Codelife in the Fortnite item shop when you do purchase any skins. By doing that, you'll be helping us both out a ton, and it really would be appreciated. And that's all I've got for today guys. Thank you all so much for watching, hope you all have a great day. Peace.